What's up, yo? This is Views Podcast. Welcome to an exciting episode. Is it exciting?
It's always exciting.
Today we have a lot to talk about. My name is Derek.
My name is Jay.
And today we have a special guest in the building. We have a visitor. He goes by the name Cyril.
Yeah, hello.
He's an observer, but Charlie, he has a mic, so he can jump in anytime he wants.
For sure.
Yeah, and we'll talk about Cyril. You know, he does some stuff, so he's going to promote himself
Charlie.
when he gets there. So today's podcast is brought to you by the Praetorium. The Praetorium, the perfect venue for your perfect occasion. Praetorium, what did they do, Seth?
Charlie, everything.
Charlie,
Charlie, that be the thing.
you know,
That be the ad.
Praetorium, they are into wedding events, all sort of events, town hall
Outdooring.
meetings. Jeffrey's outdooring.
Very soon. Yeah.
Yeah. Town hall meetings, funerals, weddings, both indoor, outdoor.
Exactly.
Standby jet sets, secure car
Security,
parking, air conditioning,
systems,
washrooms, PA systems.
Everything on.
Name
deck.
it. Call them on 0244-926622 and schedule a tour with them. The Praetorium, the perfect venue for your perfect occasion.
Nice. Yeah, we also have a MathCon, which is also coming up. Hopefully in September.
Yeah. We already in September.
I know.
So the emails be too much. We don't know what to do with it. That's the problem.
Too many emails coming in, honestly, guys. So we are trying to put out, or we're trying to make MathCon September edition as real as possible, and it's obviously going to be as different, unique location.
Of course.
So find us on the Eventbrite. Just go to MathCon. We're there. Just look for our next events and just sign up. Come.
MadCon, laugh,
Drink. Switch. Nice.
There you go. All right, Charlie. So today, some way. I mean, we're talking about essay.
SA.
We're talking about essay.
South Africa.
I mean, we had something else in mind, but this it deserves our time.
Yeah.
Because it's quite unfortunate. I can almost say Africa is sad. It's rather unfortunate this is happening because, from the outside, people call Africa like it's a country. So they expect us to be one.
I mean, yeah, at times.
They expect us to be one. And all of a sudden they hear,
Africans are killing each other.
some way. And
Something
this country is not allowing foreigners. And they always thought Africa is one. And apparently, Charlie, looks like we are not one. So, listeners, if you don't know what we're talking about, we are actually talking about xenophobia in South Africa.
Yep.
Sad situation, but it is what it is. It's happening,
Yeah.
and we have some views. As always, we get views.
That's why it's called Views Podcast.
We're going to talk about it, but Charlie, I'll jump. I'll have a go first, and then.
Oh no, try to relax. If I make Cyril jumping, we don't know who Cyril is.
Cyril, Charlie, what's up?
We almost forgot you there.
Yeah, I'm pretty quiet on my honestly.
Cyril is the founder of
B.Gray Area is a very new YouTube channel that just came out. It's mostly animation. In fact, it is only animation. You could call it animatics. I talk about issues, probably just my opinions, my life story, but the content is not out yet, and it will be coming out after the 16th of September.
Nice.
Because Charlie, animation had content to I'm very carefully.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen it before, you have something on your Instagram.
Yeah, I do. It's just small skits, just something to.
Yeah, but on the more
spice
serious
things
note,
up.
why do you choose the panda?
That'd be the thing. I know for a fact that with Ghanaians, and no offense to you beautiful Ghanaian people out there, but
Like,
with
Ghanaians,
Ghanaians,
You know what I'm saying? We're global, man.
that animal is not a panda.
It's not a panda?
You see, here's the thing. I know for a fact that we are all used to Kung Fu Panda.
It looks like a bear.
Like a panda.
And it's fat and it's black and white.
That's racist as fuck. But see, here's the thing.
No, it's not racist. It's black and white.
Yeah, no problem. I specifically did that way. It's actually a badger.
What? A
A
badger?
badger. A badger.
A
Yes.
honey badger.
A honey badger, specifically a honey badger.
Ooh.
I did it that way, and yeah, I was obviously aware that Charlie, I did Ghana.
There's some white,
I'm saying,
rich people
yeah, no, see,
problems.
that's
A panda is a panda. Right? He's calling it a badger.
that's
I
the
need a
point.
badger.
I always fear that people will be like, Charlie, that no be panda, but it's actually not, and that's fine. In fact, I can dedicate a whole video to it sooner or later, but that's a whole different story altogether. That's actually a badger. It's derived from the name Brock, which actually does mean a badger. It's ye old English language. I share that, I knew the confusion would come, but nonetheless, yeah, I'd like to talk about it. So, but that's just a YouTube channel, B.Gray area, actual color gray, GREY, and then area, one word. Yeah, so content will be coming out soon. That's what I do, animation. So,
Well, listeners, there you have it. That's it. You can call him C.
C for short.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll
You
be-
can call me D.
ha,
Pause.
hard pause. Nicely done. That
That was a lighter note. Today's a serious day, guys.
That was very
Today's a serious day.
Yes, very
We're talking
serious
about
topic. Very
our
serious
African
topic.
brothers being killed out there. I mean, allegedly. That's what
Allegedly.
we've seen on
Social
on
media,
social
actually,
media.
yeah.
Whether that's what is actually happening on the ground
Yeah.
or not, we are here. We I mean,
Or
I
we
can't
are
say
far
so.
away, but
I'm just saying, just
Yeah.
to be on the safer side. But you see, the problem with this xenophobia, the whole problem here is, you see, South Africans are not bad people.
oh, of course not. Of course not.
No.
I feel it's due to certain circumstances that has brought them to this,
Yeah.
to this point.
A lot of pent up aggression. You know?
Actually, South
No, it's Ghana. Ghana is a gateway to Africa. God damn it.
out there and you ask anyone anything about Africa, the
Obviously
first thing they'll say
South
is
Africa.
South
Yeah,
Africa.
because
Yeah.
because
So they're
they-
supposed to be a good
they
representation
have
of
a
Africa.
recent hero, if I may put it as
Yeah.
such. Mandela, apartheid just was
Just in-
in recent times,
Exactly,
in the 90s. So, I mean, that's what people whatever
Relate to,
generation, that's what they will say. But Ghana, you know what I'm saying? Shit,
Yeah. Down there.
yeah.
Rapid
Yeah,
GH.
and it's rather unfortunate because we are all one. We are all blacks. To outsiders, black people are black people. They don't know.
No matter the shade, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
black is black.
is
I
black.
mean, until recently, even black women didn't have different shades of makeup.
You know?
You know what I'm saying? So
you know?
to outsiders, black is black, and
Yeah.
they
One
see us
color.
as one. When they are coming to Africa, they don't say I'm going to Congo or Ghana or Nigeria. They say I'm
You're
going
going
to
straight
Africa.
to Africa, yeah.
Because they see us as one, and it's rather unfortunate, this is happening, and we are now, telling them that they are actually,
Yeah, we're divided as
divisions and all of those
Yep.
things, and they are not bad people. Circumstances drove them to this point,
Mm.
and I wish they were smart enough. Some of them were smart enough not to go on that trajectory, but it happened.
Yeah.
And from my point of view, I'm going to list a couple of things, a few things, and poverty. Yeah, poverty, lack of education, hopelessness, and leadership.
Yeah.
I don't know if not in any particular order, but
But hopelessness is a big one.
yeah, I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying?
It's quite vague as well. If you
Yeah, I'll explain. So
Alright.
if I pick something like I'm trying to, or this is what I think. So I stand to be corrected. This is what I think led to what we are seeing now.
Yeah.
And this is shit happens, but shit takes a long time to happen.
sure.
You get it, yeah.
Yeah.
So over the years, it's been compounding, and this is what we are seeing as the result.
Yeah.
And when I talk about poverty, Charlie, niggas poor.
Dirt poor.
You
Yeah.
get it, and that seems to be the case across the continent.
I mean, true, But
You
it
know.
obviously it's because now that we see the division between the rich and the poor, and not
Exactly.
just that,
The gap
the very rich and the very
getting
poor.
wider and
Exactly.
wider and wider, and that is a problem. I mean, the difference between a good economy and a bad one is the gap.
Sure.
If it's close, it's a good economy.
Yeah.
If it's wide, it's a bad one.
Yeah.
And Nigeria get our money past we, but sake of the gap is wide, we claim as Ghanaians that our economy is better off, you know. But and that seems to be the case over there. So poverty, like, if toxic nigga poor, you know what I'm saying? And
It's funny because South Africa, you don't really see that much of the like. It's not as broadcasted.
Because
As the other-
from the outside looking
Yeah.
in, obviously.
yeah, I mean, so it's part of the problem because after apartheid, you know, the whites still remained, and whatever infrastructure they had built at the time still remained, and they continued to add to it. I'm not saying the blacks didn't contribute anything to that, but I'm just saying, you know. So I mean, when you look at Joburg, you can almost say, Charlie, it be some European country. Yeah, and they've done well, and they've done well to maintain it. It's one thing building it, and another thing maintaining it.
That's
in
one
the-
thing that we don't do here. in
Exactly.
Africa,
I actually like to point out the fact that it's a bit of advertising or like PR, if you will. Even if you construct a well-built city, it's up to you and the nation as a whole to make sure the world sees you as such.
Yeah.
You don't go the pics. Most Ghanaians, when they are seeing pictures of the Western countries, you're not going to see some slum. That's not what they're going to bring in front of
Exactly.
you. You're going to it's Miami Beach, man.
Yeah.
White sand and chalet party
Exactly.
hard.
And that's a very good point. So they've done well to promote that aspect of South Africa,
Africa,
Joburg, Pretoria, you
Yeah.
know, all the nice places. I haven't been there. Maybe I have to ask my brother. But, you know, they've done a fine job promoting that out there. So yes, to the outsider, they
It looks
think
good.
Yeah.
everything is
It
fine.
looks good,
But you
yeah.
see, there's a difference between the infrastructure being all nice and the economic fabric of the
actual
country.
yeah.
And from what is happening, I mean, people wouldn't know this. I'm sure I wouldn't also know much about it.
Yeah.
It's only after xenophobic attacks, and now, you know, we're all trying to
Social
research
media.
and know what the hell is going on
Yeah.
over there. And it's clear. You can see that the gap between the rich and the poor, Charlie, it's massive. If you are poor, you are damn poor.
Yeah.
Like Lazarus. Lazarus with a poor name.
Charlie, yeah.
Yeah, like Lazarus poor. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you did ask the wrong person.
Skin and bones, ribs all. You know, that kind
You know,
of poor.
and when you're poor, you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I always say this thing that there's always beauty in the struggle.
Yeah.
So it's okay to be poor. I'm not saying poor people, you know, whatever, but it's okay to be poor as far as you know that, you know, when you put in the work, you can actually come out of that situation.
Yeah, but I now understand where the hopelessness comes from.
Okay, so
You know, because you're talking about this whole being poor and, you know, the whole gap and
good.
difference between the rich and the poor, whatnot.
Mm.
But then when you're poor
Mm.
and there's no hope to even, you know, climb out of the gutters or the slums or wherever it is that you find
Yeah.
yourself, that's when the hopelessness comes in.
Thank you. So I'm building it. I just laid the foundation. I'm talking about poverty now. Now
Make I keep
moving to
quiet.
education. You see,
Right.
now you're already poor. What can help you to come out of being poor is if you're educated. I'm not talking about being literate. I'm talking about education.
Yeah.
You know what's up.
Yeah. So if you're educated, some of them can say, it's like you've been empowered to use your brain, you know, to look at your environment and create something for yourself to empower yourself,
Think outside the box.
you know, economically.
Yeah, woke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay woke, yeah?
Now, the issue here is, Charlie, I'm not going to lie. I don't know the statistics when it comes to the education and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but what is happening? I can almost bet that a lot of people are not equipped with the right skills and the mindset to say, look, I don't have to be here. I can do this, that, and be there.
Yeah.
That is also lacking out there. Now, I need to say this before people think I'm just talking ill about South Africa. What I'm saying cuts across Africa. The only thing is just because South Africa they've decided to do their thing, so we are talking about them. But it's not just a South African thing alone. It cuts across, across board.
It could be that this whole xenophobia thing is actually happening elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it happened in Ghana last month. Okay,
a form of it.
Last month, August 2019.
Maybe 2 months ago, I don't know.
But 2019 is
but 2019 it happened where in Kumasi, some traders were saying they should sack Nigerian traders because they are worrying their business. They are not supposed to be in the retail business. They're supposed to come in as investors and not come and compete. I mean, legally what you're saying is right, but the only good thing is Ghanaians are calmer. We are not that aggressive. So it didn't escalate to this sort of level.
The proper term is passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive.
For us, anyway. I mean, that's what I've seen.
You have an English professor
in
the house.
No, it's like even if we want to be aggressive, we are like, I will sound you out, and then hope that he gets the message. Because Charlie, no bro, wahala.
But the thing is,
you see that comes to the hope thing I'm talking about, and I'll get there.
Okay.
I'll get to the hope. You see, Ghanaians are not quick to react to things because they have something to lose.
Exactly, that's the thing.
Are you getting the point? Like a good friend told me that Ghana, nothing will feel open for you. Why? Everybody won't go out go chop you.
Exactly. it's almost like we want to fight. But we want to be able to finish.
The wife is at home waiting for him.
And then go back.
So you cook.
But boys, the truck we make go suck
go
beer,
drink something. Why should I put myself in harm's way?
To not see tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying? Like life they beat you. Yeah. So when it comes to being aggressive and stuff like that, they're a bit rational about it. Well, I'll just poke his nose, but I won't touch him entirely. Something of that sort. And so we were able to deal with the situation. It didn't really escalate. I mean, they closed a bit of shops, but most people didn't hear. If you're listening to maybe City and stuff, then you heard about. Most people didn't hear all this thing. It just away. That's it.
Just comes up and dies down immediately.
And that's it. Yeah. But so it happens in other areas. But unfortunately, these niggas are they are aggressive, or even if they are not aggressive, it's gotten to the point where they feel this is what they need to do. And that's why they did that. And education plays an important role in that. Education serves as the catalyst for you to go from wherever you are to some, a better version of you. Okay?
Yeah.
And if education is well established in the fabric of,
South Africa,
a country. I mean, the country develops because you have thinking, citizens.
I mean, if
you get better workforce.
If the education was there, they would have been able to do the research and found out that it wasn't Africans who were stealing their jobs.
We'll get there, ja.
No, because you're talking about this whole the Nigerians in Kumasi and whatnot.
Yeah.
These guys saw a gap in the market,
and then they took advantage of it.
That's it.
Yeah. So if I come to you and you say you are selling the rice for 5 cedi, Nigerian man say you will sell the tin for 4 cedi. Demand and supply.
That's it.
I mean,
it's a free market.
Exactly. You can't blame him.
Yeah,
making a different choice.
What is he doing that he can sell it for 4 cedis? You can sell it for 4 cedis. That's not my fault.
The thing about Africans, or let's say Nigerians and Ghanaians, the thing is, we know that our country is saturated. If you want to start any business, most likely maybe like a next kilometer or two, someone is doing the same thing.
Kilometer. Your body,
Like someone's doing the same thing.
Your compound
So right out
house
there,
next to you.
Yeah.
the economy is so saturated that you find Ghanaians and Nigerians everywhere in the world.
Competing for the exact same.
But the
Exactly.
the most important thing, or the beautiful thing about it is Ghanaians and Nigerians have found a way to live together.
Some weird cohabitation.
Yeah, so weird
Yeah, honestly,
cohabitation.
yeah.
We
True
even
talk.
call ourselves
Yeah.
cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
talk.
So
Yeah.
we've been able to do that, but
Yeah.
for other countries, and South Africa being in the south,
Yes.
Yeah.
some way. some way.
I would say I'd attribute a lot of that cohabitation to our passive aggressiveness. Even if we are pissed, we won't cause trouble.
Yeah, maybe.
That's the thing. Even if we have some pent up aggression
Mm.
against them, we'd rather not cause trouble. That's basically it. So I think we are more
Let it go.
accepting of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, Charlie.
But
Rather be-
but back to what I was saying,
Yeah.
So that is the education part.
Mm.
Now I move on to the hopelessness. See, so a brother man is poor. He lacks education. Do you think he has hope? He sees any light at the end of the tunnel?
I mean,
Him
from where he's
getting
sitting, no.
Out of where he is
From
now,
where he is sitting, absolutely not. No.
nothing,
No.
nada. They see shit.
No. It could be two things. It could be that in his environment,
Yeah.
where he is, he probably sees poverty.
Mm.
He's thinking like maybe this is the norm.
Mm.
This is what I'm supposed to do. Second thing is you could probably be in a very wealthy society.
Mm.
If you just go past through, then you'd be like, yo, Charlie, there is actually a difference between me and what's going on out there. In each case, there is hopelessness.
Then
There could be hope, but the question is,
see, the hope belongs to the rich.
yeah,
The rich guy, they don't need hope again. They're already rich. You know what I'm saying?
we need
Charlie,
the next place
you
for
always
vacation.
hope for
That's
better
it.
things, man.
Yeah, you know. So,
Yeah.
but the guy down there, hope it's rare. It's like it's gold to them, and that brings me to the point where I say the biggest drug now in the world is hope,
And who's serving that hope?
and the slingers of this
Mm.
drug
Tell them.
are pastors.
Yo,
Aye.
I feel like you just press the button in Ghana.
Now-
Someone's pissed.
These guys are
Yeah.
called. I call them hope dealers.
Hmm.
They deal in hope.
One word from dope.
And hope is very, very, very important.
Yeah.
If the people are hopeless, that means they have nothing to lose.
And nothing to live for.
And what you don't want to face in life is somebody who has nothing to lose.
He has everything to gain.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's one of the worst things you will ever come across. To
Yeah.
meet somebody who has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
He doesn't care where he's going. You care because God has blessed you. You have a bit of education. You're working. You have a wife, you have children, school stuff. Everything is looking bright. You work a bit hard. You may become CEO or something. Charlie, all expenses paid for and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nah, those people don't see that. So you are trying to be a CEO. That's your hope.
Yeah.
For him,
He's trying
there's
to
no
live.
hope. He's just trying to eat
That's it.
the next meal.
That's it. The next one.
And from where they are sitting, you see, if you're educated, at least you know, oh, maybe if I do this, this, and that, I can actually get out of this system.
Yeah.
But if you lack the education, you don't see anything.
Mm.
And that is what pushes people into all sort of things that, also all sort of social vices. So into drugs, into,
Alcohol.
robbery, all these things that society frowns upon. And from where we sit in Ghana here, that's what we've heard about South Africa. South Africa is a violent place. Now, whether it has to do with foreigners causing the violence or not, For us sitting here, dear Charlie, you know what I'm saying? South Africa is violent as compared to other African countries.
Yeah.
And that is what we're seeing. Poverty, lack of education, hopelessness. Now, this compounds. So I did give lecture today.
Why did I left you?
She, I did give lecture today.
Tell them.
Now, it compounds and then it gets to the point where they can't take it anymore. They can't take it anymore because the last point I mentioned, leadership. I don't know if leadership should come before or at the end. It should be somewhere. But you see, the African leaders, I'm not going to say South Africa, African leaders have failed their people.
If they're even working for their people. I mean,
or should I say some African leaders? I can.
Oh no, you can't talk for all of them.
I can't make such a blanket statement because that is what the South Africans are making about Nigerians.
Exactly.
Which is wrong. So I can't say African leaders. Some African leaders have not been fair to their citizens. Yeah, you've been given power, okay, to take care of the people in simple terms. Just to take care of the people. You're supposed to come up with great ideas, policies, to set or to implement systems that, seamlessly just help the citizens, fulfill whoever they wish to be. But this is the case where that's not it. People are struggling. There are no jobs. People can't eat. There's like drugs. People are dying on the daily.
The system doesn't work for the people. That's it.
And all that, I believe, is leadership. Okay, because South Africa, I mean, they're a young country, as compared to some of us. They're a young country, but, like I always say, if you're young, you're blessed because you have the blueprint to life. People have actually lived it. So you can choose not to make the same mistakes others made. You get me?
Yeah.
And so you being a young country, they could have learned from, like us. Like Ghana,
True.
like Nigeria, all these other places. But it is what it is. We are all there now and we are all struggling. Now, so that guy who is uneducated, who is poor, who is hopeless, and has bad people governing him, that nigga becomes desperate. Yeah?
Charlie, be like today we left you make it talk.
Like Joko. and very angry.
That guy becomes desperate. And once you're desperate, you pick on the guy you can bully.
Check like secondary school. You like JSS.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, I mean,
you see that small guy you can't beat. And he'll be like, yo, shut up.
Yeah.
That's the African.
It is what it is. You pick on the guy you can bully.
The thing is, if these so-called less educated people do their research, I think I've said this already, they will actually realize
they are uneducated. That's the problem. How would they know?
Yeah, but then if they would,
they
realize
don't know the dynamics of wealth distribution and who controls the wealth.
And why is it not trickling
who has
down?
The power. Why is it not trickling down? Why is that? People are not investing into the country.
Yeah.
South Africa is a well-off country from where we sit because
100%.
infrastructure is nice, right?
No,
so that means they get money.
Not just that. If you actually Google top 500 companies in Africa, top 30, if I'm not mistaken, is from South Africa.
Well, but are they investing some more over there?
No, obviously not.
Giving the
The
these
rich
people
are
jobs?
comfortable.
No, and
The rich are comfortable. Have you been to Soweto?
I've heard.
Jesus Christ.
I've heard.
Wow.
I've heard it's crazy out there.
Wow.
I mean, I watched a documentary on, I think, was it BBC?
Wow.
And like food stamps, how the US people have food stamps.
Yeah.
They go for 10 fish and shit, nigga.
Wow.
Yeah. They go for 10 fish. and it's not only blacks. There are a few white people in there.
No, but you see, this is in every society you get black sheep for is like
Yeah, I mean, that's a waste of white skin. You know what I'm saying?
yo, we global, nigga.
Right, you're like trickling on some small races.
Nice.
It's there, but like yo. I understand.
That's on real shit. I mean,
reality
if you had a head start and you still managed to find yourself with me, you wasted it.
Yeah.
That's all we're
Yo,
saying.
you know, Dave Chappelle said something about that. He said the difference between the poor whites and the poor blacks is that the black people know that, yo, like, it'd be cool. I'm black, I'm poor. Like, yeah, my people have been there before once upon a time. But if you're white and you're poor, it's like God is punishing you. You get me? It's like, what the fuck am I actually doing here? You get me?
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah. But so
Shout out
it's
to the black sheeps, though. Yeah, still.
it's happening, but majority, of course, are blacks.
Yeah.
And it's only a matter of time. You know, they get desperate out of hopelessness.
Yeah.
And now they want to blame somebody.
And they pick,
If you are not educated, your first instinct is to blame. If you're educated and if you are responsible,
You question yourself.
you question yourself first before you start blaming other people. You shouldn't even blame anybody.
Yeah, you start solving this.
Solving your shit. That's it. But if you are not educated and if you are not responsible enough, you want to blame somebody.
Yeah.
And so they will blame somebody they can bully.
Of course.
I'm saying somebody they can
Pick the smallest
bully
guy in the group.
because South Africans are South Africans. They are rich South Africans.
Yeah.
So they can't really blame them. They happen to be lucky to get out of, the cycle.
You know the thing. I actually heard from, if I'm not mistaken, probably Julius Malema. He said that if you look at the statistics, you actually do not find too many South Africans in other places, other countries, especially in Africa. But you find Nigerians, you find Ghanaians all over the world.
Yeah.
I mean,
These are people who have understood that they are black, they are from economies which are saturated, and now they need to go elsewhere to make it. South Africans are comfortable.
That reinforces the point I made. They are young. They are very young. Ghana with Tayache.
Longest.
Nigeria Tayache.
long time.
Longest.
So if you did a system change, it's not a channel for go someplace, go hustle.
Yeah.
You know about what I thought?
Yeah.
They are young, so it's a young country. They are now maybe getting to terms with the fact that, look, it's going to be this way for a while. Maybe I have to, go out there and go hustle my way out.
Sure. Do you know what?
You know what I'm saying? Because Nigerians are in Ghana. Look, half of the comedians you find in Ghana are Nigerians.
Of course.
The market is so saturated in Nigeria. They've come here.
It's funny because
trying to make it here.
It's funny because they're doing well. That's a lot.
And that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
you see, they have been in the system for a very long time to understand that, look, this is how it is.
Yeah.
And if you want to survive, maybe sometimes you just have to go out there and go and hustle.
Yeah, greener pastures, man.
Do you know
what I'm saying?
Do you know, you mentioned earlier that the publicity over South Africa, in terms of, South Africa is this, they are that, if you go out there, the first place you hear from any, foreigner is South Africa is Africa.
Yeah.
It could be that the advertising behind South Africa has made it so popular that if a South African leaves his country and goes to another African country, it's like he's moving from hope to hopelessness.
Yo, that's your problem, guy. You are in you date your situation inside.
Still, that's what I'm trying to say. Like that's why you find Nigerians, Ghanaians going to South Africa
see,
based on
I can't have
the
a proverb.
advertising that they have.
I can't have a proverb. They say, "Otu Jahuana only said the shishofa."
Shishinache.
Yeah, since we're global, I need to translate. You know what I'm saying?
global,
We global, nigga. I need to translate.
Somebody tap your way, the Bab tree. So.
it's only the guy in the fire who knows how severe the burns are.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're in South Africa and you know the system is not good, and because you think people think you are in a better situation, you're not going to move. That's your problem.
Yeah.
Are you getting the point? If it's not good, you move. And I'm not saying people should move from their countries. I'm just saying it's a natural instinct.
I don't find
just
any,
go
I
out
don't
there
find
to hustle.
anything. I
Exactly.
don't find anything wrong with an African moving in
Africa.
within Africa.
Within
Yeah,
Africa,
that's
yeah.
absolutely
There's
nothing wrong with
with
that.
it.
There's absolutely nothing wrong
I'm
with that.
100% Pan African. You can kill me. Fuck it. But then I believe that if we have this intercultural relationship, like whoever it is, I don't know what I talk about, but as Africans, we need to. If we have an industry, if we've built an industry in the country, we need to move it out there. Let other Africans know that this is working here and it can work here as well. So we need to move instead of making it global and then move straight to an already saturated economy like the States, like Europe. Do this in Africa. We need to move within Africa and make it a better place instead of. That's what Nigerians and Ghanaians are doing.
Yes, I mean we move, and it's not just Nigerians and Ghanaians. Charlie, people they move.
They don't move.
Yeah, and that's as human beings we migrate.
Yeah.
That's what we do. It's
I think
it's just natural.
It's a survival thing.
Yeah, you just migrate. I mean, it's a higher thing. You just move to the
But
other.
I
place
need
go
I need
check shit
to
out.
I need to make a shout out to this guy.
Ooh.
He is under the radar, but I've seen him a couple of times. He's called Sangudele. Right, Sangudele. He's a Ghanaian with a bit of Ethiopian in him, but this guy has built companies here in Ghana and he's moved it all across Africa. And he himself has traveled to every African country within Africa. And he has seen the disparity and he's seen the difference between where he is from and where he has been. And he's able to, take his businesses to where it's needed.
And that's how it's supposed to be. So he becomes
how
an
it's supposed to
investor,
be.
right? And so he's creating jobs for the indigents of other African countries.
Not just where he is from.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That means more money for the nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so South
That's
Africans,
great.
if you for move.
And that's great. And that's
Move.
great.
Africa is not South Africa. Africa is everywhere.
Okay.
That's like some quote shit. You know?
Yeah.
Nah, like,
we had to pause for a
Africa
minute.
No, the thing is
everywhere.
It's true. Yo, if Charlie, nowhere cool.
Yeah,
But if where you did no cool,
you can always move.
Charlie,
But you see, everything that I was saying, I was trying to come to the root of the problem.
yeah.
Now, from everything that I've said, it comes to the point that the leaders have failed the citizens of South Africa. Because this is happening. They are killing people because they think when they're able to drive those people out, they can get some money. Now, think about this. The ordinary Nigerian or Ghanaian or Mozambican or whatever walking the streets trying to hustle, how much do you think he's making?
Barely enough to eat.
And that is the guy you think when he leaves, you're going to make some money.
Jokes.
Are you getting the point?
Yeah.
Are you getting the point? So it's way bigger. If you think you driving the guy who earns about 250 cedis, like when you exchange whatever it is,
After everything.
or 500 cedis.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
think that guy is the guy causing your downfall, you not making some money, you not taking your kids to some good school, you not eating, then you have a way bigger problem.
Then it comes down to the root cause, which is the education and the mentality.
Leaders.
Leaders.
You see, these guys can be educated if the system works. These guys are going to get jobs if the system automatically, just makes it available.
Yeah.
But if they haven't implemented or built systems which are going to promote such, policies,
Yeah.
then they are fucked. they can never get out. You see, everything that we are talking about, and that's why it was important for me to say that what we are saying it's not just South Africa, it's everywhere in Africa.
Yeah.
The problem here is our leaders, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know if they had a meeting. But look, it's bad. It's that bad. They are not empowering anybody economically. And the fucked up thing about it is, even in Ghana, as you said, we hustle where you get some money, pull him down syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
People don't want you to make
PhD.
it. You see?
Yeah.
And so that's the real problem. If the system doesn't support people to make it, for people to be hopeful, people to think for themselves, to be rational, to see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
If the system doesn't provide that, this is going to happen.
It really does sound a lot more like a mentality thing.
Yes, it's a mindset. And the mindset is as a result of the system.
That we find ourselves in.
Exactly. So if you are born in a ghetto and you never go to some international school to see some other kids, all you know is your environment.
Yeah.
That is all you see. And this is how everything is. Thank God for internet.
Yeah.
Thank God for social media.
For social media,
Jesus
you
Christ.
see other things. Although not all information is information. There's some
Yeah.
stupid information out there. But at least you
Shout
can
out
see
to
that,
Twitter.
people can actually live a certain way. So wherever you are, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
Then you can demand, some more from your leaders.
Because as a person, you deserve better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Once you're a citizen of that country, you pay some bills up in this bitch through taxes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You deserve, just a decent life.
But to be fair, it's not like you sit your ass down and be like, yo, that man's getting bare money than me, so Charlie, me too, I want some. Like, I forget some. You should get off your ass and also put in the effort to get some. Because it's all about perspective.
It's true, but you see, foolish people they town.
Yes,
And
exactly.
you can't really tell somebody how the person should think, but fundamentally, they should be able to think.
As human beings.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you don't have the education, and all everything that I'm saying has to do with leadership. If the leadership doesn't provide those necessities, like
These things
education,
will happen.
like a conducive business environment to help startups, entrepreneurs to grow, to create jobs for people to get jobs to do, to empower them to go back to their families and be breadwinners, and for the money to circulate. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's not just South Africa; it's everywhere. And I dare say that we are sitting on a time bomb. If this sort of leadership where we only empower the rich and not the poor, so we keep creating a wider gap between the rich and the poor, if it continues, yo, guy,
Could be serious.
the worst is yet to happen.
Yeah.
This is Africa.
And I told you this thing about Duncan Williams.
I mean, touch wood though. Don't trust you.
I told you this thing about Duncan Williams, where he was talking about the fact that Ghana should set an agenda. Regardless who comes to power, they should follow that agenda, because people are getting desperate and shit. And I was telling you that,
What kind of agenda that?
like a national agenda,
Okay.
regardless which party comes to power, you follow
Because
that agenda.
Okay, cool.
that 4-year thing,
Where
and
everybody's
then
changing
you
the
switch,
manifesto.
like,
Yeah, that's
my
a big
God.
problem. But
yeah.
I was telling you that the reason why he said, from my perspective, the reason why he said that was the fact that, he can see the danger is imminent. It's sitting there, it's staring at him in the face.
Yeah.
So he needs to do, with his platform, with who he is, he needs to say something
Sure.
and get these niggas thinking and do something about it.
But the funny thing is,
It is coming.
the funny thing is, this is basic. This is basic knowledge.
Yeah, but some people are just too fucking greedy. Like, Chris Rock said something, yeah? This marriage, divorce, take half shit. He made a funny joke, which, I tried to translate into this. He said, if if you're worth a couple of millions and you get divorced and your wife is taking half of the millions, it's alright. You can make some more millions.
Yeah.
But if you only have 5,000 and somebody is taking half, you might as well kill the person. Because it's just 5,000.
It hits you.
You know what I'm saying?
Work for that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Now translate it. Bring it to what we are talking about.
Yeah.
Our leaders.
If the people are empowered, if they have some money in their pockets and foreigners are around and they're all trying to make some money, it's cool. But if they don't have shit and you are trying to take what they don't even have,
Yeah.
they might as well kill you.
Exactly.
Cut you.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so a rich man once said that if you come repossess his house, in fact, if you burn his house or anything, he has blueprints of the house. He can always build it again. But if you take that blueprint, if you take that foundation from him, he's hopeless.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now let's flip that. If you're a politician, you're in a position of power. Yeah? And you have access to billions. Why do you have to take all the billion?
Leave some.
Can't you take half?
Nah, man.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if it's 100,000, take 100. I get it. It's 100,000. I mean, take 100. I get it. I will support you to take it. On a lighter note, please. I'm not saying. No. But it's 100,000. I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's billions, if it's millions, why do you have to take everything? Why can't you just invest some and take some?
Yeah.
Are you getting the point? That same principle, what Chris Rock says, that's what I'm using to explain this.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. So the leadership they failed the citizens, and the citizens also don't have any choice. That's how they feel. They have a choice. Me and you, we can see the choice because we're educated, we are rational,
Think outside the box. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But for them, they don't think they have a choice. The only choice is, I think this guy is doing this hairdressing salon. I should be doing that shit.
Yeah.
I might as well just fuck him up and go and take over that shit.
Yeah.
You can't even take over it.
Yeah, but that's how they think, and that's what they want to do.
If you don't know anything about hairdressing, what are you going to do, sir?
They don't give.
They see problem. They
I
kill
understand.
problem.
I understand
That's
what
it.
he's saying.
Yeah, no, I understand.
But this is a knee-jerk reaction, to be honest.
Yeah.
Booga booga.
See,
Imam.
but from where they are standing, Charlie, options not really there. From where they are standing.
No, man, it's terrible.
And
terrible.
it's sad. Now. To go into more conspiracy shit, you know what I'm saying? To go into more conspiracy shit. So the point has been made that, look, the leaders should provide these policies, these facilities, these systems to empower, Africans economically, and we can all avoid this thing that is going on. Because, like I said, I dare say that this thing that has happened is like a time bomb. If we don't take time, the whole of Africa is going to erupt.
It's a mentality.
We need to do that. Now, with that fact being stated, on the flip side, to more conspiracy shit. This year happens to be the year of return. 400 years after slavery.
Wow.
The year of return. It's been publicized. It's out there.
Everywhere.
People have already been here. Steve Harvey's been here. Samuel L. Jackson's been here. Danny Glover's been here.
Yeah.
I got a picture with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We global now, nigga. Yeah, a whole lot of people coming. Colin Kaepernick was here.
Really?
Loki, yeah.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick was here. He's been coming here for a while, but he was here.
Jadena was here.
Jadena was here. This guy, Lo Jan, was here.
Shout out to Delta.
But not this
No.
year. I think the previous year.
Yeah.
He built a school, something. But this is what I'm trying to say. You see, year of return has been seriously publicized, and a lot more people are coming.
Yeah.
If you're listening to radio and if you're in the industry, you know that a lot more people are coming out. What does this mean? This means that for the first time, African Americans have been made to to want to come to Africa and come and know where they are actually from.
Yeah.
For a very long time, they always thought Africa was Charlie, trees, animals, kids, malnutrition with the fly on the
fly on
kid's
the eye.
and the kid can blink, motherfucker.
It's always that one same ad.
That one same ad has been running for years, and that is what they've always seen. And for a very long time, they are actually willing to come,
but
for different reasons.
Yeah. It's that's funny though. It would be nice to think that they're coming, to know their roots, like to support Africa, and then, like for example, Samuel Jackson came, and he came to one of the seasides. I'm not sure. I feel
Shona,
like
you took pictures.
In Shona, yes, and he took pictures of the kids.
Yeah,
and people went nuts. They're like, "Yo, he's pushing this. What was it like? This white." Agenda,
we spoke about it in our last.
We spoke about this in the last.
We spoke about it.
Check it out.
But check it out, man. You can't be on this podcast and not listen to this podcast. God damn it. Yeah, but I get what you say.
Yeah, it's kind of conflicting because on the one hand, you'd see these people who have been out there coming back, trying to help, and you still have people who still see it as a kind of a conflicting thing against the African people. He could be coming to genuinely this whole white agenda thing. For all you know, it could be true, but even if they are making the effort, we are still against it.
You see, this is where I disagree with you.
Really?
It's like church. It's like you meeting a girl, and the girl say, "Charlie, me, if you get me there, you have to go to church with me." The initial idea is not to go find God, but to get some pussy. But then you get to church, and now you actually experience church. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
You may still get the pussy and go away, or you actually get to find God.
Exactly, and pussy, but
and pussy. Very important.
Yes.
This is what is happening. Africa is a church. I'm using the same.
Okay.
Africa is a church. We've invited them over to come to church. Some will come find some pussy.
Yes.
And go back. Others will come and find God.
Yes.
And stay.
Yes.
Or others will come get some pussy, go away, and still come back for some more pussy. But the flip thing to all this is, everything we are talking about has to do with money and foreign exchange. When they come here in their masses, this year being year of return, they've been coming. Every guy who comes here spends some money.
Okay.
They will sleep in a hotel. They're going to eat. They go to all these tourist sites. They are all spending some money. They are bringing some foreign exchange into the country.
Okay.
That is helping the country. Now, we just mentioned a few names. Imagine if you have a whole squad, like a whole generation of blacks, year of return, just coming. And everybody is spending, on the conservative side, say $2,000. And it doesn't just end there. Some may go, but some will come and find God. The finding God is actually seeing an opportunity and deciding to invest.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they come. Now they may go back, but they have investments here. Now they are bringing the dollar here. Now they are looking at relocating, coming back. Now, you see, the thing here is they are exposed because they are already in developed countries.
Yeah.
So they can spot opportunities, from where they are coming from, and they have the capital to invest.
Yes.
So they come with all that capital, invest, create jobs, they make money, they empower people. We all make money. over the years we can become self-sufficient.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I said, it's conspiracy theory.
Fair enough. Well, so you're saying the
Now,
true sign that they'd actually come and help genuinely
yeah.
would be to invest.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see, you
Absolutely.
can't tell. Come to Africa for what?
True.
Unless there's an opportunity for me to make some money.
Yeah.
Why the hell will I come to Africa? It's not just
Oh.
Africa. Why the hell will I come visit you in your house
Oh, I see what you're saying.
when I don't have? I'm not going to benefit. Like,
Yeah.
why should I waste my time drive to your house and there is no benefit?
There's no water safe. Also,
There is no point.
Bob.
Okay.
If maybe we're going to talk about some business,
Yeah.
maybe have some food I haven't eaten in a long while. Maybe I need money. You say you will give me some money, so I should come over.
Yeah.
Or maybe get some pussy. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah. Then I'll say, oh yeah, maybe I need to spend money, to buy fuel and come to your house.
Mm.
So you can't just tell the black Americans come home for what? It has to make sense. It has to make financial sense.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about. So year of return gives them that opportunity to come, not to just discover their roots, but also, spot opportunities and invest.
Make an actual change.
And these guys are bringing some serious foreign exchange
Yeah.
to invest. And so now my problem is, or my conspiracy theory is, just when it was, or this year being year of return, and people coming in and spending some money, some may invest. All of a sudden,
All of
Africans decide to kill each other.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
plot twist.
All of a sudden, from nowhere, Africans decide, I don't like this nigga. I think I have to kill him.
Just killing your head. Charlie.
Are you getting my conspiracy theory?
Sounds orchestrated AF.
You know what I'm saying?
Some
Are you getting it
serious
now?
Orchestration.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's like we've not been thinking it. I know a lot of people who've had the exact same thoughts.
Yeah. You see, and I mean, it's a conspiracy theory,
Obvious,
but
yes,
it could be
it
true.
could be true. It could be true.
It could be
Yeah,
true.
definitely.
So everything is actually
In every
Some-
lie, there's what is it?
A bit of truth
A
in
bit
there.
of truth in it. Yeah, just a bit.
So that's a conspiracy theory. But nevertheless, still, the fact still remains that Charlie, when our leaders then feel we. And I mentioned this. You see, if South Africans are successful in kicking everybody out, I give it 5 years. I give it 5 years.
When you say kicking everyone, you mean
The foreigners out.
Supposed
The so-called
African
foreigners.
Oh,
If
okay.
they are successful in kicking the African foreigners out, I give it 5 years. It's gonna
Not the white rich.
not the white rich.
The black rich.
You see,
Gee, I think it's probably going to be
uh-huh.
between tribes and ethnicities
Yes.
first.
That's what I'm saying, because of course some tribes may be richer than the others.
Yeah.
So that is how maybe we may try to paint it, but it's going to be between the poor and the rich. Because the poor people are going to, because they think the foreigners have taken their jobs.
Yeah.
They kick them out only to find out after a few years that
There are no
no,
jobs.
that wasn't it.
Exactly. We still need to kick someone out.
And that is when they start fighting the rich, because they think the rich are sitting on the money.
Yeah.
But the rich are just, it's like, they are just
They're
photo
just-
ops.
They're just bank managers and
Yeah.
Are you getting the point?
operation.
The real controllers of the wealth are there. And those guys, they can't touch. They can't touch because those guys come from somewhere. And wherever they come from,
They're heavily guarded.
exactly, they are going to always 100% have their back. That's where the problem. And I say, I give it 5 years. If they are successful in doing this shit, 5 years, it will happen again. This time around, South African against South African, but between the black, the poor, and the
black
rich.
When that happens, we'll take South Africa out of Africa.
Nah, we can't.
Really? I mean, it's really easy to just cut that place
We
off.
just need to cut that shit out. We're gonna take Mauritania, put it there.
What?
Been far away too long.
The only thing we can Madagascar.
Oh shit!
Oh, Charlie, and I supported you.
The only thing we can hope for now is, like I said, Charlie, the leaders, and I know they know this. They are way smarter than us, right?
But anyway,
Let's
see.
Experience wise, because they've lived longer than us.
Okay.
I mean, they definitely know something.
I mean, they've
They know what
traveled
they're
more
doing.
than us.
Yeah,
They've lived longer than us.
Yeah.
They know
yeah.
through experience and
Yeah.
through exposure. They know.
They know what they're doing. They know what
But-
they're doing.
Maybe the political will to do certain things is what is lacking. And I hope through this podcast and through everybody airing their views on Twitter and everywhere.
Even in the comment section, guys.
Yeah, in the comment section. Yes, God damn it.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they may pick a few things and decide to do some deliberate or take some deliberate actions to change
Say
this
something.
Narrative.
I'm telling you, because I'm telling you, it's a time bomb, man.
It's typical.
That is the root cause. Well, as far as I think, it's the root cause.
I think it's kind of true though.
Poverty, education, lack of education, hopelessness, and bad leadership.
Yeah.
If we don't tackle this, look, it's going to appear, it's going to happen in some other African country.
Hopefully not, but
You may think you are free from it now.
Yeah,
Charlie.
it's going to happen, and before you know it, we are all fighting, and then niggas will come take the booty. You know what I'm saying?
Why the oil go?
They're going to take everything, because we can't even see what we have.
We're
Yeah.
fighting
And you see,
amongst ourselves, man.
All the resources are here. Not all, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, we
have the
enough,
resources.
yeah.
What we don't have is capital to tap the resources. So
What we don't have is the mind to read between the lines.
The leadership.
Of whatever
leadership
is going
has failed us. But I'm saying, say we do just private sector shit. Yeah,
Mm.
fuck socialism
Okay.
and government.
on. Yeah.
What we are lacking is capital. Right?
Yeah.
We are lacking capital. So we have to always go beg, get some capital and say, want to do this, and say, no, we have to do this before we give you the money, or we have to come and do it, or our companies will come and do it. I'm saying, if we can get year of return, if we can get these, black Americans, or these hybrid Americans, hybrid black Americans. I call them hybrid black Americans because, like Jidena, he's a hybrid black American because his immediate, generation, his father and mother are from Africa. He
Yeah.
knows he's from Africa, but he was born out there, so he's a black American, but he knows he's from Africa. Those guys don't know where they're from, so we have the proper black Americans, we have the hybrid black Americans. And the hybrid black Americans, I must commend them. They've done a very good job trying to educate the black Americans about what is actually going on here.
Yeah.
That we are not malnourished. It's actually a fun country to be, a fun continent to be on, and just be chilling. And there are lots of, business opportunities. Like Akon. Akon is doing the same thing.
Oh yeah, he's
With the energy sector thing he's doing. He was on Breakfast Club, Swayze Universe, talking about, look, Charlie, come back to Africa. I keep telling you guys are not listening.
Yeah.
But he's a hybrid. You get my point? Yeah. And they are doing a fantastic job out there, trying to get these guys to come. And for once, we call something year of return, which is big out there, and they are willing to come. Charlie, we have to take that opportunity, man, because with the resources we have and the capital they have, woo,
We could turn this whole continent around.
I'm telling you, bruh. Look, we have the resource. When I say resources, I'm not only talking about the natural resources. I'm talking about human capital as well.
Sure.
Do you know the amount of workforce we have here in Africa?
Brilliant minds. Genuinely brilliant minds.
Yo, man. Like it's over. Like it's game over. It's not game 7. Like game 4. Done.
With a closed book chapter.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the capital and the resources we have here, it's done. We have to make sure that shit happens. And the leadership should make sure that shit happens.
Yeah.
And when they come around, they don't frustrate them with all sort of stuff. That one we can go on and on and on.
The bureaucracy.
Charlie. Anyways, I feel my point is made.
Yeah, our views have been put out there.
Yeah. I feel I've made my point.
Views podcast.
I feel like today you talk. Oh.
I for talk. That's in the ball me. That's in the ball me. But in case you're wondering, today's podcast is brought to you by the Praetorium, the perfect venue for your perfect
Shameless
occasion.
advertising.
Charlie, Praetorium, what did they do for there?
Praetorium, they do everything.
Guy, Charlie,
Everything.
Weddings, town hall meetings.
The way you said it, Sam, I'm sure this is not a slogan for you.
We like to tell slogan because
Yeah.
Dr. Self talks, so Charlie.
Yeah, I mean, every event you have in mind, just call them on 0244926622, 0244926622, and, you know, I'm sure they have.
They'll sort you out.
They'll sort you out big time.
Everything,
man.
PA systems, security, car park, indoor, outdoor,
man.
Bro, chairs on deck.
Yeah, go on Instagram
Everything.
at the Praetorium and check some of the videos out and the
Yeah.
pictures out. And
Yo,
Charlie,
you know the funny thing? They actually throw the best parties in there,
yeah, man.
like low key.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Charlie.
You guys need to check
man.
it
We
out.
don't talk about parties, man. Yo,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, just see us on the side. You up?
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Go on Instagram and
out
check
of this conversation.
check their pictures and their videos out. It's a lovely place.
It's nice, man.
It's situated on the Spintex Road. If you know Easterport International School, yeah, in the heart of Easterport International School. So you know, Charlie, and one of the best, areas or
Yeah.
residential areas. Or, is it residential? Locations.
Yeah, play for
Basically,
that.
that's
East
what we're saying. You know what I'm
Airports.
saying?
Yeah, play for that.
The Accra inside Accra.
You know what I'm saying? Call them on 0244926622. The Praetorium, the perfect venue for your perfect occasion.
This is also brought to you by MatCon, which is the first speed dating event in GH. You can find us on Eventbrite. We do events every month, speed dating events.
The Secret Society.
The Secret Society, aka, and we're coming to you in September. So just go on Eventbrite, check us out, and then you find us.
Yeah, and listen to Views Podcast. We'll let you know where it's happening. As always, Charlie, is a different location, different vibe, different people.
Charlie.
Even if you don't make a connection, you don't
You
get
make
boy,
a
you don't get
business
girl,
connection.
you make a business network, bruh.
Business
No
one.
joke things. That's why we they talk say Secret Society.
Yeah.
No be everything, yeah. No be everybody get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we still have to respond to the emails, so you're
Yeah,
just,
child, emails,
you're
flooding,
you're
you
just
know.
bringing what you want, you know. People
Yeah.
have asked for
You
it,
should see
so.
the caliber of people coming, man.
Charlie, serious people.
Yeah, we're gonna make that happen.
Serious single people, just come find them, guys.
Yeah. Madcon, love, drink, switch. Charlie, so thank you, Cyril,
Yeah.
for being, here, part of us today.
Yeah, Belly Bean saying something. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. But thank you for coming
It's
around.
good to have you, man.
Yeah, it's good to
Definitely,
have
no
you. If you've
Shit,
made it
was-
this
was
far,
fun. This was fun.
if you've made it this far with us, thank you for listening. We appreciate you. We appreciate your goddamn time, man. It's a resource.
Yeah.
You spent it on us, Charlie.
For our global listeners,
Yeah, for
Charlie,
all our global listeners, we hope we didn't do too much pigeon or some tree. I'm sure you got the drift.
Don't worry. I plan on doing an entire video dedicated to our beautiful Ghanaian slangs. Make a whole dictionary for you people. No problem.
There you go.
Yeah.
that's it.
There you go. Ato Brock.
Atto Brock, that's Instagram, but YouTube b.grayarea. Gray as in the color gray. I am not a panda, I am a badger. b.grayarea, YouTube. Thank you very much.
I like this guy. The guy just took the opportunity to promote his.
It's what we call shameless advertising. Yes. I'm a marketer, I know these things inside. Yeah.
So if you been with us all this while, we appreciate you. We thank you. Please do subscribe to our YouTube,
subscribe,
and now
yeah.
we have a SoundCloud account.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Please do subscribe. On SoundCloud is Views Podcast. You can add Ghana to it. On YouTube, Views Podcast, you can add Ghana to it, and you see all we have. Charlie, big catalog, man. There's so many content out there for you to listen.
Yeah.
You have no goddamn idea, man. Shit. So as always, Charlie, if you listen to this and you liked it, good for you. If you didn't, good for you. These are views. We're only here to spark a thought or a conversation. We thank you for being with us. Get interactive with us on social media at Views Podcast, Twitter at Views Podcast, Instagram at Views Podcast, Facebook. Say something, say hi, and now continue sending us emails. Shall we not reply with our emails before? Yeah. Send us an email if there's something you want to say to us. If you want to get on the podcast on the platform, if you want to get on the entrepreneurial series, send us an email, viewspodcast86@gmail.com, viewspodcast86@gmail.com, and we'll have you here promoting your shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
God damn it. Yeah, you got something to say?
I'm good.
Yeah, so as always, folks, love God, love yours, love all, and we out.
We out.
Peace.